my god, it's David Lade! My biggest inspiration!
This is warm cookie. This is inexperienced Wawa getting this prepackaged cold, icy
Lucifer box.
The location we're at right now is my mom's house. Where I'm living now is significantly smaller, but it's so much better and more enjoyable. And it's in the works right now. I'm like moving in, like last few days I just brought in all my stuff. You're gonna see it all laid out. But just try to visualize the finished product. So let's take a walk.
Seems like a good idea.
This is the garage.
Here in my garage.
So Ty Lopez set this up for me. So we got a nice treadmill, some boxing stuff. None of this is gonna be here. This is where the Gymshark clothes are gonna be hung up. Entire gym was brought over here. Air conditioning just got installed the other day.
Oh yeah, this is the OG lifting spot, isn't it?
OG lifting spot.
This is the first time I ever saw one of Dave's vids. It was David Lade push day. Do you remember that, where you're like going like this with your shirt or something? Yeah.
Still in the works. Now James,
Yes.
we're about to embark on an adventure. We're going to the United Kingdom, Manchester to be specific. There's going to be a large Gymshark event there. One of the largest ones known to mankind, right? Now this is a significant moment in history.
You can tell how serious he is with his hand position.
In the history books, over the next 10,000 years, they will speak of this event. This will be more significant than World War I and World War II.
More casualties?
More casualties.
Approximately, yes. Do you have any advice for us going on this intense battle?
Pack condoms. Pack your positive attitude, kids.
Because it gets you everywhere! So as I'm walking into the airport, about to board my flight to Manchester, have a nice, peaceful flight. I got my headphones in, and you might be thinking that I'm listening to music, but actually not, because lately I've only been listening to music in the gym. And anytime I'm outside of the gym, I'm either listening to podcasts or audiobooks. And when I'm listening to audiobooks, I just go straight to Audible because they pretty much have the largest diversity and variety of audiobooks to choose from. So, cool thing about Audible is that if you're an Amazon Prime member, which pretty much everyone and their brother is, you get the first 3 months for $4.95. That's essentially like getting 3 months for the price of one. And then after the 3 months, it just cuts to $14.95. So, if you guys just want to go right now and sign up because you haven't already, you just go to audible.com/DavidLade or text 500-500. Text David Lade to 500-500, and this offer ends on July 31st. And another thing that Audible offers besides audiobooks is basically originals, such as audio titles created by celebrated storytellers from worlds as diverse as theater, journalism, and more. But I suggest you guys start off with Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life. He basically takes very simple cliche things, stand up straight, have decent posture, don't make your room just look like a little catastrophic mess, be able to speak properly like I'm not able to do right now, and he just explains why it's really, really true, and it's kind of interesting to listen to. So if you guys want to compliment your gladiator physiques with some psychological hygiene, I suggest some 12 Rules for Life. So we're going to pause that for now to put on some nice music, because while I'm in the UK, I still have to train, so we're going to take the 308 pound, aka 315 equivalent of the UK weight, slam it off the chest, test out the half natty lighting, and then just go straight back to listening to some audiobooks. So, like I said, if you guys want to sign up for Audible and you're an Amazon Prime member, for $4.95 a month, you get the first 3 months for $4.95 a month, like I said, and then after that it cuts to $14.95, so you're basically getting 3 months for the price of one. So if you guys want to sign up, audible.com/DavidLade or text DavidLade to 500-500 to get started. Ends July 31st. Good morning, everybody. We're in Manchester right now. We landed approximately yesterday, took like a 5-hour nap, woke up, went to the gym and stuff. So today we're starting vlogging, we're starting everything off. Woke up at around 12. We're about to get some breakfast right now. Then we have a very, very, very special fun activity planned, which we're just about to dominate, rape, and pillage all simultaneously. I got 2 big ass separate orders of like British breakfast. Yeah, we need all this food for this magical event that we have coming up. We need like every edge possible. Holy shit. Alright, here's one breakfast. Here's his pancakes. I'm getting a whole order of that pancakes myself and another breakfast. Holy shit. Fucking Octomom status.
That's the 3rd trimester right there. Listen, Dave's trying to break it to you about what's about to happen. he doesn't really know how to say it, so I'm gonna tell you up front exactly what's about to happen. We are going to this American Ninja Warrior-esque race, you could call it, and it's teams of 2. Me and Dave, yeah.
Oh, shit.
I'm pretty sure it's teams of 2.
Wow.
Me and Dave are just gonna be Team Alpha Glock, and then whoever else has the unfortunate demise of racing against us is gonna be whoever they are. And yeah, that's basically the plan. Anything else to add?
The only thing that I'm concerned about is that this is gonna be some like Toys R Us elementary Ninja Warrior. I want like sharks in the water, like you fall down, you get chewed up, like just I want the whole 9. I'm not saying the whole 9 yards yet.
Really? I might just go barefoot. Yeah.
Barefoot.
What, Ultra Boost?
Don't worry, mate. My second one, I went to Frankfurt. How was that? Yeah, it was good. I know.
This shit looks official. Relatively official.
So we just finished our Ninja Warrior race.
Thoroughly satisfied.
Thoroughly satisfied.
How do you feel about this upcoming event? It's in your hometown.
No, it's not. You live in
It's in your approximate home location, all things considered on the globe.
country, which is actually my country of immigration.
But you have a visa, so you're like
I'm actually in between visas right now. It's a type
you're always in between visas.
well,
Don't you owe taxes in like 18 countries? Like I'm confused. So how do you feel about this event in your home country?
I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good event. I always get immense social anxiety before any sort of event, but I'm easing my way into it. It's going to be fine. There's some activities tomorrow. Are you going to that photo shoot?
Probably. I'm probably going to that photo shoot. Did you pick mini golf or bowling?
I picked mini golf.
That's the correct decision.
Your body drives me out of my mind. Think I'm crazy, won't
Alright, so we're currently at mini golf right now. I consider myself to have a slight advantage because I did used to play hockey when I was younger. But I don't know.
You have got no advantage.
But James Bond over here, fucking man of all trades, is going to be a little bit of a challenge. And you have James again, man of all trades, going to be talented. So it's basically, it's going to be a fight to the death. I'm probably going to win.
Point that at me. Do you remember the first time you...
Whoa! I do remember the first time I pointed this camera at you. Know, you were quite a star back in the day.
Kids still DM me about what happened in that vlog.
I know, it was traumatizing. I had to go to therapy for you know how fucking expensive that was? It was brutal. But yeah, Noel, he's a busy man nowadays. He does highly abstract activities, just running all over the place.
Machiavellian activities.
Very Machiavellian things. And I managed to get a hold of him for a little bit, so we're just going to go on a little Nando's date.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Don't look big compared to James.
Jeez, how to England, man.
Like that. What's the collective unconscious telling you to order from Nando's today?
1832 9150 237 666.
Oh shit. I gotta call Carl Young for him to decrypt that so I can fucking order the same thing.
Check pictures from Atticus. You filming? He means to get on the front deck. He's working.
I just wanna ask you a few questions, right? Because when I started, you know, talking to Gymshark, working with them, you were a...
You got the wrong shutter speed, Dave.
I know, I got it on NTSC, but you know, you gotta...
It's got nothing to do with NTSC, it's the wrong shutter speed.
It's wrong shutter speed, but you know, it gives it some personality, some grit. But anyway, when I first started working and talking with Gymshark, right, Noel Mack was a third-party videographer, right, that gave very intelligent, intuitive insights on the direction of the brand that worked really well, but he wasn't exactly working with Gymshark, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
The next thing you know, Noel is working with Gymshark, and he's actually working real hard for them. So explain your evolution.
This is a really legitimate question. I thought this was going to be bullshit, but I had my own company before. I did creative work for Gymshark, then I became the Gymshark creative director, then the Gymshark brand director, and now I'm the CBO, Chief Brand Officer. James, what did you just ask?
For the event tomorrow, am I doing a clean shave, get nice and feminine, or am I going to keep like a little bit of scruff in this trim?
Do you dictate to your friendship group what they do with their facial hair?
We actually have a semen retention group chat for each other's support network. So yeah, it's just all about preserving that life force energy, right?
Semen retention is actually making my facial hair grow out faster. That's what I've noticed.
I can literally see that.
Is that a Jungian theory?
I think I just read it on Yahoo Answers somewhere and they gave me some life advice.
So I'm going to go ask the question that all the David Lade subscribers have been wondering. Why have you got such a horrible shutter speed?
See, the thing is, I like to create false dichotomies in my life. I either shoot on auto on whatever device is in front of me, or I get a fucking AK weapon camera from Red and literally get Christopher Nolan on speed dial to come over and film the whole thing himself while adjusting all the white balance, shutter speed, fucking the whole 9 yards completely. And then I release it in AK and all IMAX theaters around. So that's a little extreme, and like I said, because I like to create a false dichotomy, I like to do the former rather than the latter, with just filming with any device that I get, which happens to be this Canon G7X Mark II right now, held by this Machiavellian friend named Noel Mack, who is quite a prestigious individual nowadays, but still no one actually knows what he does at all. He just walks around, wanders, does things, shit gets done. It's really cool, unique, no one thought of it that way. It's just really weird until one day he'll do...
how is your life energy this morning?
How's your life force feeling?
We have a camera on.
We have arrived at the event, and it's going to be a pretty big one, and I actually have to give a deadlift seminar today. It's going to be interesting. Kind of unprepared, just going to wing it on the fly. Hope that goes well. So yeah, let's go. So we're at the event, right? And we're upstairs in, like, you know, the chill area, right? So let's take a look. You got all this nice stuff right here. Sit down, get a massage or whatever, but if you want a real massage, we got some Eastern octopus suction cups.
Some weird chakra cups, and then we got this little grassy thing too.
Me and James, we're gonna align our chakras, transcend the Buddha, go downstairs and enlighten everyone. Alright James, I need you to bang it out. I need you to warm your brain up before this event. You know, you gotta be sharp, you gotta be ready, you no better way than to solve a 3x3. Oh, it's almost solved. That's a solvable position. Bang, bang, whippity, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. Alright, so we have a surprise. This is the first place I've ever been to in my entire life where I met someone else that is from Estonia. Mr. Roman right here, right? We could about count to 3 in Estonian, that's just the limitation of it. We could speak in Russian, but if you look at his socks, he's representing the hometown. Deadlifts are probably one of the most fundamental exercises that you can do in your training routine, but there's a trade-off because as great as they are, they can be equally as dangerous. So the most important thing when it comes to deadlifting, or really doing any exercise in the gym, is you want to make sure that you're doing it safely and correctly, because you could obviously blow and just rip your back out, and that's just a disaster. So we're going to walk through pretty much all the nuance, step-by-steps, for conventional sumo, primarily sumo, and just keep in mind, always be working on your form. Personally, what I do when I go to the gym is I'll just put my phone on the side, I'll film all my working sets because I'm always tweaking and improving my form. So never think that you have it fully figured out. You always want to make sure it's on point, especially on the deadlift. I'm not gonna lie to you kids, it's a fucking jungle out there. Keep your head on tight, unknown brain, M.I.M.E, baby, let's do it. Y'all see me flying, never drop down, smoking high, I am not round, I'm not round, no denying what I got now, keep an eye out, keep it locked down, see me flying, never drop down, smoking high, I am not round, I'm not round, no denying what I got now, keep an eye out, keep it locked down, get too strong when I battle with the beast, bring a few on, the commander and the chief on my crew on, bullets rattling and whistle at your toque, never sleep, eyes open, hands clutching on my loop, it's a war zone. It's a war zone. Yo, this a motherfucking war zone.
the impact. Yeah, break it open, leaving nothing fucking intact. Hey yo, you been hacked. You're safe, hard in, but I found it, homie, been cracked. Hey yo, we been back. Your band stacking, see you flexing with the thin stack. Hey bitch, you been whacked. I kill 'em all, feel a motherfucking impact. Yo, this a war zone, homie, say you ready and prepared. Take a minute, make them aware. Well, I be sneaking in the back, but it's what the clap, homie, life ain't fair. Caught me crawling through the mud, where the vision saw it clearly. Born a shepherd to these sheep, make them fear me. This a war zone, trenched out, trap house, nothing ever given. Yeah, every day's a blessing, thank the Lord, oh how I'm living. See me riding with my top down, oh cops round, pedal pressing on the gas. I don't think I'll ever stop.
Afternoon, everyone. A bit awkward in here, so if you can't hear me, just, I don't know, don't worry about it, carry on eating. So, I think the past couple of days, right, genuinely, like, me, Steve, Ben, everyone on the staff, we've had some amazing Gymshark days, right? So, the day we opened GSHQ, up until now, is probably my favourite one, because I got to, you know, this amazing building that we built, we got to watch, like, all 150 staff come in and see their faces when they came in, and what an amazing moment that was. But I was lying in the hotel room last night thinking, yesterday I think was definitely my favourite day in like Gymshark history, right? And I've definitely had some Gymshark days. That's thanks to all of you, so I know I'm super thankful for all of you for that sort of personal experience to me. But there's a thing going around at the minute, I feel like, I don't know if you guys feel the same way, right? That sort of influencer is sort of taking on this almost like it's becoming like a bit of a dirty word, if that makes sense, right? We've had some sort of like things in the press in the UK around like flat tummy tees and waist trainers and all that stuff. Apologies if anybody sells waist trainers or flat tummy tees. And influence has become, because of that, like a bit of a dirty word, right? Is everybody else sort of sensing that in some kind of way? Right, okay, so bear with me on that and then I'll come back to it. But there was a few moments which I sort of really sort of held on to over the past few days, right? I think one of them was Hayley Polk. If any of you know Hayley's story, who was there at the store, Whitney was talking to her. She flew 5 hours to our Toronto store, waited 9 hours outside to get in and couldn't get in, right? Because so many people turned up. We had a bit of a nightmare in Toronto. So she went home super angry with Gymshark. She came over. Seeing her interacting with all you guys in the morning was one of the moments. I think seeing the way the events have evolved with Gymshark. They used to be, you know, the three things I would have said about a Gymshark event before, if you asked me to describe it in 3 words, would be like selfies, cues, and booty poses, right? But if you ask me to describe what yesterday was in 3 words, there's no way I could. Do you know what I'm saying? Moments like Hayley's coming in, like how could you possibly describe that, right? To her, it was like, you couldn't put it into words. At the end of the day, she turned up as like a stranger, I didn't know anyone, came over from Texas. By 6 p.m, she had tears in her eyes and she was telling me how like she couldn't describe what that day meant to her. In terms of like the events evolving, I think Ross talking about what it took to swim around the fucking UK, right? That is ridiculous, right? I think I still, even when I look at him now, I think you're an idiot, mate. But like hearing Ross talk about that on a seminar, that was such a cool moment, right? Like watching Matt Marissa do the deadlift and see everybody turn around and screaming, and David doing a proper David Laid thing, up, like, and seeing all these people sort of willing that weight to go up. It felt like an IPF competition, right? So the events are getting so much more diverse, and I love how much they're evolving, right? One of the guys from the office sent me a photograph yesterday from 2 years ago at FIBO, right? I don't know if anyone saw it, I put it up on my Instagram story. The worst stand when I look back at it now, right? And we used to think we were the shit at FIBO, right? Nikki's laughing because she was there, right? 4 days, remember, I start on Thursday until Sunday, doing 9 till 5:30. Nikki standing there smiling and shaking and telling people about how many grams of protein they should be taking for 4 days straight. That was like graft, but we've evolved so much. So I genuinely can't wait to see what the sort of what the next round of Gymshark events look like, right? The IRL team, which is kind of one of Ben's teams, and the creative team did something amazing this weekend, I think. But
all those really special moments that I saw, I think were all thanks to you guys, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go back to the point I made at the beginning about this thing, influencer becoming a dirty word, right? I wanna take the people who are sort of making the word influencer a dirty word, introduce them to the little lad that ran up to Ross and hugged him as soon as he finished the talk because he must have been some sort of top fan, right? I want to introduce them to Hayley, who left crying with tears in her eyes because of the stuff that Whitney said to her. And the girl who came with one leg, who walked up to Conor McGregor's coach, right, and went, I want a box. And he sort of looked at her like, okay. They got down on their knees and she beat the shit out of the pads, right? What an amazing moment that is. Now, to me, that was thanks to influencers in this room, right? So I want to introduce them to those people and say, tell me that influencer is a dirty word, right? And if influencer does become a dirty word, then I think all the people in this room will make sure that the term Gymshark athlete never ever does. So, raise your glasses. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.